Humanitarian intervention represents a stark challenge to the principle of national sovereignty. So how do we act when protecting human rights conflicts with respecting state borders? Example: the West imposes sanctions on Myanmar over Rohingya human rights violations while ignoring Israeli violations in Gaza. Key definitions. Humanitarian intervention: a coercive operation that interferes in the internal affairs of another state to stop human rights violations. Vincent, 1974. Dilemma: violates the principle of non-intervention in Article 2(7) of the UN Charter. Legal debate: restrictivists consider it illegal except in cases of self-defense. Opponents of restriction argue customary international law allows it, such as NATO intervention in Kosovo, 1999. Debate on legitimacy, double standards, intervention in Ukraine versus silence on Yemen, political interests dominate. Pretext for dominance. Russia justifies the invasion of Ukraine as protecting civilians. Violation of sovereignty, inconsistency. Western support for intervention in Libya 2011, while ignoring Israel operations in Gaza. Selective choice. Models of intervention. 1. Military, Kosovo, 1999. NATO intervenes without UN mandate. Warnings of potential intervention in Haiti due to violence. 2. Non-military, organizations like Doctors Without Borders operate without government consent. Example: Syria. Economic sanctions, such as those imposed on Russia. Challenges of humanitarian intervention. 1. Crisis management and addressing root causes. Somalia, 1992. Quick U.S. intervention followed by chaotic withdrawal. Food aid to Gaza without addressing Israeli rule. 2. Role of media. Highlights major disasters such as tsunamis while ignoring deaths in Gaza and Sudan. Intervention and democracy. 1. Third wave of democracy, 1970 to 2000. Success in Latin America but Arab Spring failure. Egypt returned to military rule. 2. Stages of democratic transition. Tunisia, relative success after 2011. Sudan, 2023. Military conflicts hinder transition. 3. Conditional aid. The West links aid to reforms. Example: Ukraine but demands for reforms in Saudi Arabia. Shocking statistics. 2025. 80% of interventions focus on crisis management rather than long-term solutions. 40% of democratic states experience decline in freedoms such as India and Hungary. Future of humanitarian intervention. 1. Impact of technology. Use of artificial intelligence to identify crisis areas such as famines through satellite image analysis. 2. China and Russia oppose expanding the concept of responsibility to protect R2P at the United Nations. 3. New debate. Is intervention to address climate change such as mass displacement a humanitarian intervention? Conclusion and key lessons. 1. Ethical dilemma. Balancing human rights and sovereignty is impossible without bias. 2. Western role. Criticized for selectivity but remains the most interventionist. 3. Proposed solutions. Reform the Security Council, reduce veto power in human rights cases, strengthen regional courts such as the African Court. Sovereignty is not a license to kill, nor is intervention a cover for domination.